Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is the second part of the series where we learn price action and the main applications of supports and resistances, how to utilize them, and how to trade using supports and resistances. So in the first episode we saw that if we can judge whether a support or resistance would be broken with a good probability, not of course not nothing is not with a compulsion, but with a good high probability that if this would be broken, if this support would be broken or not, we can judge this and we can take trades based on looking at the market structure and the highs it is performing. So often we said we look at the lows, but now if we look at the highs and we can decide how the price is forming, whether the buyers are weakening or the sellers are weakening, and what is more likely to happen here, that we can decide by looking at the market structure. Right, that is what we decided. So if the price is in this manner forming lower highs and approaching the same support, we'll say that buying pressure is weakening because because the highs are not are for they basically the highs being formed are lower. So we will say that okay, instead of going long here, it would be a better trade for us if we can wait for this to break and go short instead. So that would be a trade with a higher probability, with less chance of a fake out. So that was what we saw in the first episode. So today we'll be seeing about if the price is range bound. Suppose we say this is the resistance and this is the support, and price is range bound or sideways. How do we know if this resistance will be respected next or this support will be respected next, which will be broken, and how do we make an estimation with a good probability on our side? This is what we'll be learning today. So the main logic behind this will again be buyers and sellers. How will they influence the market and prices? So let's say in a market the buyers are more dominant than the sellers, right? So if that is the case, price is bound to move up. So as the prices move up, this is how prices move up, and we call this an uptrend, right? So when the market is in an uptrend, we say okay, buyers are more dominant than sellers in this stock or whatever this asset is. And if it's in a downtrend, we say the sellers are more active. So by looking at the trend in a longer term, suppose if I spot a sideways market in, let's say, the daily charts, if I go to the weekly charts or the monthly charts to see what the trend has been in the long term, I can say that okay, I can conclude whether the buyers are stronger or the sellers are stronger. And if the buyers are stronger, I will say the resistance is more likely to be broken and not the support. If the sellers are stronger, I'll say the support is more likely to be broken. And that will judge based on the trend of the market. So that is what we'll be seeing today, and I'll show you some examples. So the first example in Bajaj Auto, let me go down to the daily time frame. So in Bajaj Auto, if I observe here, what do I see? Price was range bound from January till August, September. So that is what, 8 to 9 months, right? So price was range bound between the support and resistance. So there was a fake out here, price came back. So when you are in this situation and you see that the market is range bound, you'll see that these areas are areas of support. One, it took support here multiple times, 5 to 6 times, here once, and then when the price approaches here, what would you do? Would you look to go long, hoping that there would be a rebound, or go short, hoping that there would be a breakout, right? So here, as we can clearly see in the charts, a lot of traders would have gone short and got trapped. They would have seen that okay, this is the area of support which has been broken now, and we got a daily closing also below the area of support. Now okay, the price would go down. What many traders fail to see is this. Okay, it has broken the support, fine, but as you can see clearly, as the price indicates, that was a fake out. Now how do you escape from these? Now if I go on the longer time frames, So if I go on the weekly time frame, what do I see? Do I even need to tell you this? It's a clear uptrend, right? Market has been going up continuously. So in the stock Bajaj Auto, buyers have been more dominant than the sellers since a very long time. Not recently, since a very long time in the long run. So this stock is in a long-term uptrend, and when I come back to the daily charts, I will say that okay, I would rather take a trade if of going long at the support if I see reversals, or I'll go long after the resistance is broken. So these are the two trades I take. I only take long trades. I will not take short trades whenever prices approaches here either. So you can see again would have failed. Once it came, second time it came. So again you would have drawn your resistance. And the third time it came, if you shorted here, you see what happened. Your stop loss would have been hit obviously, right? So this is why this is the importance of keeping the bigger picture in mind and understanding the market structure even before this consolidation range was formed. And the next example, we can go to BPCL. If I go to BPCL on the hourly time frame, here I can clearly see a consolidation being formed. Now this is on the hourly time frame. Now the duration of this is from June till July. So this is 1 month. The example we saw in the last month, the time frame we saw in the last example was a consolidation for a period of 10 months in total. 8 to 9 months, not 10 months. Now this is just 1 month, right? So if I'm on the hourly charts, I don't need to see the monthly charts back till the monthly charts. I'll just see the daily charts, right? Now if I see the daily charts, so where was my consolidation area? My consolidation was here. Now if I see the daily charts for the past how many months? From March till June. So this is 3 to 4 months. The price has formed a clear higher low and higher high structure. So this was the low and this was the low. So now I will say at this point of time in the long term, I will say that price is in an uptrend itself, even though if I go on the weekly chart, I may see that it's in a downtrend, but then all that is irrelevant what happened last year or 2 years ago. I need to consider the information which is relevant to me. If I'm on my hourly charts and I observe a consolidation for 1 month, I don't need data which is 5 years old, right? I only need data which is, let's say, 2 to 3 months old. And in the last 2 to 3 months, it is an uptrend. So I will conclude, okay, buyers are strong here. So I will not take short trades whenever the resistance is approached, even though I could have. So one here, two here. I got 2 opportunities per se to go short. I would have made money also, right? And here and here, these are 2 opportunities for me to go long. Which case do you think I would have made more money? All this, capturing this move and capturing this big move, or capturing these 2 small moves? Obviously capturing the big moves, which is going long and which is in line with the market structure and trend, the previous market trend, which clearly formed a higher low. This was the previous low and this was the recent low. So this was another example, and you can see clearly the support is never broken, the resistance is only broken, and the reason for that is obviously because it is in an uptrend. The stock is in an uptrend and the buyers are stronger in this counter. Now another example, Cipla. Let's look at Eicher Motors instead. So in Eicher Motors, here I observe my range. So I can go on my daily time frame and I can observe my range, right? This range for me has been forming since how many? I need to see how the time frame of this range. So the first time it took support here was 14th of August, and this was 4th of November. So August to November is like 3 to 4 months, right? So now if I see a consolidation for 3 to 4 months, I'll probably see the trend for the last 1 year, 6 months to 1 year, right? Now if I go back 6 months to 1 year, what has happened? So this stock, yes, this is a downtrend, but was this a technical downtrend? No, it wasn't. It was based on other factors, right? So if I consider this a downtrend, and go short here, short here, short here, that wouldn't be the correct approach, right? Because this wasn't a technical downtrend, where this was more of other factors. The technical trend on on technical factors is this, right? So now if I consider this data from March till August, so again about 6 months, nearly 6 months, and then my last 6 months have been an uptrend, and I consolidated for 3 to 4 months, and the higher probability would obviously be to break the resistance and not the support. So if you could have, the good strategy here again would be what? To go long at the support or go long on breaking the resistance. Here you could have observed that it has taken support twice, and the third time there is a bullish engulfing as well. So this could have been one trade, and instead of waiting for this to break, which never happened, and even if it happened, most probably it would have been a fake out. Price would have moved back. So after breaking the resistance as well, you could have comfortably gone long, right? So this was another example, and the last one, HCL Tech. HCL Tech, if I observe back here, I'll go down to the 1 hour time frames. I think this is taking way too long. Let's just analyze this on the daily time frame itself. So HCL Tech, if I observe this area of consolidation between support and resistance. Now any trader who is on the hourly time frames and is observing this would see, okay, this is a consolidation for Feb till April for 3 months, right? 2 to 3 months. So 2 to 3 months, he would, if you consider this your downtrend, then you'll be in trouble obviously, because if I see the weekly time frame on the higher time frames, this is a clear uptrend. This move is a clear uptrend from here itself, from back in, for the past 2 years it has been an uptrend, continuous uptrend. So this is the importance of seeing the appropriate time frame. So if I just see the past 10 days or so here, and if I conclude that this is a downtrend stock now, obviously I will get faked out. So this was my support, this is my resistance, and you can see the break is on the upside, and even though it came back down in range, it formed it took the support in the same areas and went back up again, right? It consolidated in pretty much the same area and then went back up again. So this is the importance of reading the whole chart and not just a small area where you have found a support or resistance or anything in general. So this is the importance of understanding the market as a whole and reading the market structure well and trading with the trend. So this was it for today, and hope you liked the video and you got to learn something from it. If you liked it, please subscribe and share our channel. Thank you.